In this session, I'm going to talk about three important and good innovative use cases of IoT in the real world. The first example is of an ice cream manufacturer company, a company with widespread operations in countries like India and China. They were facing a problem. Stores in countries like India are given ice cream cabinets by the manufacturer. The ice creams are stored in this cabinet. Through contract, the storekeepers, the mom and pop store owners, are supposed to keep these ice cream cabinets switched on all 24 hours of the day. But in countries like India, China, and some South Asian countries, it has been observed that mom and pop store owners switch off the cabinet during the night. This is to save the electricity charges that are incurred. But this action of theirs has an impact on the ice cream. The ice cream melts through the night. And again, when the cabinets are switched on, they take a solid form. Sometimes the ice cream may even get deformed. At times, when you are shopping, you may notice that there are deformed ice creams or ice creams where you can make out a different layer of ice from the cream. This is the precise reason the ice cream has melted and formed again. Consumers are also not supposed to consume such ice cream. Now, when such ice cream does not get sold, the store owners return this ice cream and the ice cream manufacturers take them back. This returns that manufacturers get creates a dent in their profits. So the ice cream players decided to use an IoT solution. They used current sensors that can tell you whether an ice cream cabinet was switched off manually. And if it was switched off manually and the store owner takes ice cream as returns, the ice cream manufacturer simply refuses. The contract is such written that the ice cream cabinet cannot be switched off manually. The ice cream manufacturer has gone one step ahead. They have also implemented weight sensors in the ice cream cabinet. So as the ice cream keeps getting sold and the level of ice cream in the cabinets keep going down, alarms are raised and the distributors are intimated that certain stores the ice cream needs to be replenished. Thus you see two sensors, the current sensor and the weight sensor, have helped the ice cream manufacturer immensely. So much that the ice cream manufacturer sees an additional profit of 45 to 50 million USD per year from these markets. This brings us to two important points which we have discussed earlier. 1. The power of the IoT use case is not in the technology but in the context. If you see here, the context is very clearly defined. It is a so-called theft of electricity that has prompted the ice cream manufacturer to use sensors. Two simple sensors, but the profit is enormous. The second, it is not the technology that makes it powerful. It is not the technology for which the ice cream manufacturer invests. It is the return on investment. If a company is making 50 million USD additional, I'm sure they'll spend a few $1 million more in getting the solution implemented. Thus, in this use case, we see that the power of IoT is in the context and is in giving back to that solution owner a return on investment. The next use case is of a tire company. Now, this company has stopped selling tires. They no longer sell tires. They only rent the tires. So if you wanted to change the tires of your car, you go to their store. They will change the tires, but they will not give you an upfront bill. They will send you a monthly bill for the distance your tires have covered over that month. They have implemented sensors into the tires which calculate the revolutions made and directly the distance that has been traveled. And for each tire that you have replaced, you get a bill. Now, this is a very innovative pricing model. Companies have stopped selling tires but are just renting them because now they can track the usage of the tire through sensors. How does it benefit the consumer? For the consumer, it's very good because they don't have to make a capital investment upfront. They only pay for what you use. And if you happen to not use your car for a couple of months, you get very low bills. It really helps the consumer. From the company perspective, how does it help them? They get a continuous stream of revenue, and all stakeholders and shareholders like predictability of revenues. So the tire company has ensured that they can now predict the revenues for the future through use of sensors. Not only that, it is a competitive advantage. Nobody in the industry is offering tires as a service. So if you offer tire as a service, it becomes a big competitive advantage. Not only that, the tire company has gone one step ahead. Over a period of a few years, they have actually decreased the manufacturing capacity. And no, it's not what you're thinking. It's not because they are selling less. It's only because they can now produce tires that can go on and on and on. Earlier, they were working so that the tires can be replaced a fixed number of years. But today, they can produce tires or manufacture tires that can go easily for 12-15 years. It means they need lesser number of tires every year. It means they can think about decreasing their productive capacity. And that's what they have done. Again, when they decrease their production capacity, the entire supply chain also changes. So here you see that a small sensor in the tire has such a big impact on the entire business, the business model, and directly the entire industry. Because if this works, everybody in the tire industry is going to be offering tires as a service. The third use case is of the aviation industry. We know that the aviation industry globally is a loss-making industry. If you have ever held stocks of an airline company, you will know what I say. Very rarely have airline companies posted profits. If you try to analyze the reason behind this, if you look into the cost structure, you will find out that 50% of the cost is on fuel. Airlines are burning fuel like anything. And what is the main reason that fuel is burnt as much that actually impacts the profitability? Very often, airlines are late. They are late to take off. They are late to land. If they are late to land, they are kept hovering in the air till they find the next slot for landing. And while they are hovering in the air, a lot of jet fuel gets combusted and wasted for no reason. And that is one of the main reasons why the cost structure of the airlines is very high. Now, if you try to analyze why are airlines late, they are generally late for landing if they are late in their takeoff. And why are they late in their takeoff? It is generally because of last minute technical snags. Something here, something there, something needs to be done, something needs to be serviced, something needs to be replaced. And the technicians are on the airplane engine and the equipment to make sure that the airline is fit for takeoff. A few minutes of delay in takeoff results in a huge burden and loss, an eventual loss for the airline and the entire industry. So if you have to fix the problem of losses of airlines, the first thing you have to fix is the on-time takeoff of airlines. And that can happen only if your last-minute technical snags are taken care of. If you have fitted sensors into your aircraft, before the aircraft is landing, the technicians and the engineers will be notified that certain thing needs to be corrected. So when the engineers and the technician approach the aircraft, they already know what needs to be done. This knowledge and insight is very critical in turning around the aircraft in time for the scheduled takeoff. Thus, IoT-enabled aircraft can play a big role in improving the profitability of airlines and the aviation industry. Again, simple use case, but the impact is enormous. We have seen 3 use cases: the ice cream industry, the tire industry, and the aviation industry. Through these 3 use cases, I have tried to give you the context and the power of an IoT solution.